Hello everybody and welcome to the video notes for Unit 6, Day 11. And in this lesson we are previewing the project that we're going to be working on this week where you are designing a theme park. Let's read the directions. It says, you are designing a theme park. Below is the plot of land that you will use. Draw on the plans for the 5 rides below. Each square in this plot right here represents 1 yard squared, or 1 square yard. Today's video is dedicated to Alex Perez in 6A. Hi, Alex. Alright, so let's look through our rides. We have a Ferris wheel, bumper cars, a roller coaster, a merry-go-round, and we have to put in 3 snack booths. The Ferris wheel, if we want to put it in, we need 10 yards by 3 yards. That's a rectangle. So let's go ahead and draw that in. And you can draw it in anywhere. I'm going to put it in the top left over here. So I need 10 yards by 3 yards. So I need a 10 by 3 rectangle. So here's my 3. And then I need by 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I'll draw that in here. And this is 10, so it's a 3 by 10 rectangle for the Ferris wheel. And I'm going to label it too. I'm going to write in Ferris wheel. Alright, and now my park has a Ferris wheel. And then after I draw it in, let's look at the bottom part. It says, calculate the area and perimeter for land required for each ride. You will also need to fill the land area for each ride with concrete and surround each ride with a fence. Calculate the total cost for each ride. Right, let's do this step by step. So the first step is to just write in what ride it is. So we've drawn in the Ferris wheel, so I'll write in Ferris wheel right here. Okay, now we have to calculate the area of the land we need for this Ferris wheel. Well, it's a rectangle. That is 10 by 3. So all I have to do is multiply the length times the width. So my area is 10 times 3, which equals 30. So 30 is my area. And my units, so it was 10 yards by 3 yards. So it's 30 yards squared, or square yards. The perimeter. To find the perimeter, I have to add up all the sides. So I have 2 sides of 10, so that would be 10 plus 10, and 2 sides of 3, 3 here and 3 here. It's 10 plus 10 plus 3 plus 3. 10 plus 10 is 20, 3 plus 3 is 6, so 20 plus 6 is 26. My units are yards. Not yards squared because it's not area, it's just the length around. Now for this next part is how much would it cost to fill this land of concrete? And it's telling us that each square yard of concrete costs $5. Well, we know that there's 30 yards or 30 square yards of area that in this rectangle that need to be filled with concrete. So I can take my 30 yards squared that need to be filled, and it's $5 for each of those yards, right? So to fill in like 1 box, for example, that costs $5. To fill in another box, it costs another $5. So we filled in all 30 boxes, that would be 30 times 5, and it's 150, right? Because 3 times 5 is 15, add another 0, and it's in dollars, so my units are dollars. So it's $150 to fill that land with concrete. The next part, the cost of fencing. How much would it cost? So if we imagine putting a fence around all of this, it's $2 per yard. So for each yard that goes around this rectangle, right, here's $2, here's another $2, here's another $2, here's another $2, going all the way around. Well, that's the same thing as the perimeter. Going all the way around is the perimeter. So it's each yard in the perimeter times how much it costs to do 1 yard of fence, which is 2. So 26 times 2, right? I know 25 times 2 is 50, so add another 2, that's 52. So it's $52 just to do the fence around the Ferris wheel. My units are dollars. And then for the total cost, all I have to do is add up how much it costs for the concrete, which is 150, plus how much it costs for the fencing, which is 52. And altogether, it cost me then $202 for the concrete and the fencing. And now I'm all set for this Ferris wheel. Let's do one more, and then I'll have you do the rest on your own. Let's do the bumper cars. So we finished the Ferris wheel. Now we're going to do the bumper cars. Okay, so the bumper cars, I need a piece of land that is 5 by 7. That means anywhere in this land where it fits, I'm going to draw a 5 by 7 rectangle. Let's go ahead and put it in this corner up here. So we need 5 by 7. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This can be my 5. I'll label that as 5. And then I need to go down 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here's my 5 by 7 rectangle for the bumper cars, so I'll label that bumper cars. Bumper cars. All right, that's done. And now I can fill this part out down here. The ride is bumper cars. The area, it's a 7 by 5 or 5 by 7 rectangle. So I can do 5 times 7 to find the area. 5 times 7 is 35 yards. It's square yards, so I'll put a yards squared at the end. The perimeter, I have to add up all the sides. I have 2 sides that are 7, this side and this side. So I can put 7 plus, and then 2 sides that are 5, this side here and that side there. So altogether the sides are 7 plus 7 is 14, 5 plus 5 is 10, 14 plus 10 is 24. So 24 yards is the perimeter. Cost of concrete, if it's $5 per square yard and there are 34 square yards, then I can just do 35 times 5, which should be 175. Let's double check with a calculator. 35 times 5. $175. The fencing, if it's $2 per yard, that goes around the perimeter all the way around. So that's 24 times 2. Make sure you show all your work here. And then that would be 24 times 2, which should be 48. Yep. That's how much it costs to put the fence around. And then for the total cost, that's 24 times, it's 175 for the concrete plus the $48 for the fence. Add those up. 175 plus 48, 223 in total. There we go. All done with the bumper cars. So what you're going to do now is, to get your teacher check down here, you're going to fill out the rest of these 3 rides, draw them in here, wherever you want, and then finish the rest of this. Keep in mind that for the snack booths, you have to do 3 of them. So 3 different snack booths in your park. Also, real quick, I'm going to show you how to do the next page, which is pretty simple. Now you're calculating the volume for each ride. This is page 3. So for each ride, label the dimensions of the 3D diagram and then calculate the volume. Remember that volume is area of the base times the height. So for the Ferris wheel, right, the land that we need is 10 by 3. So I can label, right, it's as if you need 10 by 3. That's how much land you need. and the height is 10. So I know that this height right here is going to be 10. So if the volume is the area of the base times the height, the area of the base is 10 times 3 times the height, right? The height is 10. So the area of the base times the height, and so the volume is 10 times 3 is 30 times 10. 30 times 10 is 300. So the volume of this ride, the full space that it takes up in 3D, is 300, and it's yards. And since this volume is yards cubed, or cubic yards, with a 3 at the end. So that's what you're going to do for the rest of these. Label the 3D diagram and then calculate the volume.